A very good morning to you all, children. I welcome you all in this third session of spoken English, with the whole objective being speaking clearly, right, and speaking loudly, correct English, right. In that, we have seen some techniques up till now, right. We had seen now we had discussed about the goals, what were there about the stress. Then we also discussed what is pronunciation, and we discussed how to pronounce a depending upon the words, different words. We also discussed about what is stress, and then we were on to this slide, kids play football, kids play ball. And then we saw that the stress words, kids play ball, how they are spoken when they are together, how they are spoken when they are separated in sentences. Now see, in a stress-timed language such as English, the beat is set by a number of stresses, not the number of syllables. So each line takes approximate same amount of time to say, even though the last one has 3 times as many syllables, right? If you'll notice that in the same time we are saying kids play ball, and the kids have been playing with the ball, right? Approximately the time limit is the same, but the syllables are 3 times now, right? You see, when I say kids play ball, it takes me hardly 2 seconds. The kids play ball, hardly 2 seconds. The kids are playing ball, again hardly 2 seconds. The kids are playing with the ball, again it's hardly 2 seconds. The kids have been playing with the ball, but time remains nearly the same, right? So stress consume the time, major time, whereas the remaining words, they do not consume a lot of time. Now let us move to many levels of stress. Words with 2 or more syllables will also have one primary stress, right? Now see, photo and graph are 2 syllables which together make a photograph, right? Photograph. Now O is given emphasis here. Photographer, photographic. Now the stress is on photo, right? And when we say photographic, see, gra, A is pronounced the longest, right? Phrases have stress, an excellent photographer. See, for a second I paused before saying ek, right? In digital photography, G. Sentence have stress patterns. My grandmother was an excellent photographer, right? Here A in grandmother, E in excellent, and the first point photographer took a little bit more time in comparison to the others. He is interested in digital photography, right? I holded the key in interested and digital, and then O of photography. We use stress to focus attention and show contrast, often to correct, contradict or disagree, right? हम लोग जो स्ट्रेस को है वो क्यों देते हैं कुछ लेटर्स पे, कुछ वर्ड्स पे, so that it proves that it draws your attention towards it and shows that yes, this letter or this word is important in comparison to the other. It may use to correct it, it may be for contradicting or disagreeing. See this, my father liked to paint, but my mother was a photographer. Your father and mother were the stress words, so more emphasis was put it on them. My father liked to paint, but my mother was a photographer. She was a photographer, not a photojournalist. So here the two stress words were photographer and photojournalist, which were spoken a little loudly. Now, stress in English impacts meaning. Other languages may have stress, but often it does not change the meaning. Now see, convict versus convict, record, right? Now here, when I spoke few letters louder than the others, right? When few letters louder than the others, then the meaning slightly changes because our ears are not that receptive, right? Our ears are not that receptive. They receive what is spoken loudly the more, right? Now see, when a student approached me with his cassette tape in his hand, a student, I need to talk to you about my cassette. Me, do I know your cousin? Right? What happened here was, that cassette was spoken with in such a way that it looks cousin, castle, castle, right? Whole emphasis was on A. So the other word said a little bit slowly in a lower tone, and the cassette pronunciation became that a cousin, right? Okay. Now stress affects meaning at the phrase level and the sentence level also. A conversation in a coffee shop, these sentences have different meaning. Okay. Can you guess what the problem is in each case? I asked for 2 large coffees to go. Right? Here the problem is the server gave me only one. Right? Because the emphasis was on two. Right? Now, I asked for 2 large coffees to go. Here the problem is the server has given small coffees, not large. Right? I asked for 2 large coffees to go. See, we are putting stress on coffees. That means what the server has provided us is something else. Right? I asked for 2 large coffees to go. Means the coffees that were provided were not for going, they were for some other purpose. Right? If that means stress, when we put on certain words, it means that we are emphasizing on those things. It can be emphasizing on any problem there and then, right? It can be emphasizing on any problem there and then, right, children? Okay, so I stop here, right? I stop here so that you can practice all these things and you can speak the way I spoke, right, children? You can speak the way I spoke, right? Some words, important words loudly, lesser important words slowly, so that an impact is made. There is no purpose in speaking around if there is no impact, right? Your speaking power should be impactful, then only it is worthwhile and it's having some meaning. So till then, thank you and have a great